Here we go, you guys. It is NaNoWriMo 2020. Hey, you guys. So I am coming to you with pure exhaustion written on my face. My eyes are a bit red. I have been doing 13 days of the Spooktacular giveaway. I have just put 2 books up for pre-order. It has been such a busy and crazy last few months, really, of my life. This year has been insane for all of us, I know, but oh my gosh, NaNoWriMo starts in just a few hours, which means so does the NaNoWriMo Diaries. Thank you so much for rejoining me here at Heart Breathings. So this is the last few moments of prep. This is all I have. And I have been so hard at work on the Spooktacular Halloween party and the pre-orders and everything else that I am not ready to start writing. So just to fill you guys in, this month, November, NaNoWriMo 2020, I am going to be working on book 2 of my Witch's Key series. So I'll throw the covers up here on the screen for you. I wrote the first book in the series, The Witch's Key, earlier this year in March and April, and it was not an expected book. It's not part of any existing series that I had before, but it was such a fun project. When we went into lockdown, I just knew I had to do something, not only for my own mental health, but to try to help my fans get through it as something that would be just nothing but fun and community and hanging out together online. It originally was going to be maybe a 20,000 word novella. I had some ideas for it. I did not have a full-length novel plotted, and somehow over the course of the next couple of months, I ended up writing a full-length 70,000 word novel. And part of that was done through Camp NaNoWriMo in April. So I was writing a chapter, and then the next day I would read it live on YouTube, not on this channel at Heart Breathings, but on my other channel that is more fan focused. So if you want to follow me over there, it's youtube.com/Sarra Cannon. So you can listen to me basically reading live every day, The Witch's Key. So that book was edited and it came out in late April or May. And so now I am getting a chance finally to work on book 2, and I'm going to be reading this book live starting on January 1st. So I have to write that entire novel, basically most of it, in the month of November. I'll probably have some of it that will carry over into December, but I have to have it ready to go by January 1st. So my NaNoWriMo goal is actually going to be 60,000 words this year instead of just 50. So we'll see how far I get. I really hope I can do it. And then I will finish up the final edits and add some words to it and stuff in December before I start reading it in January. So that's the main project. But in addition to The Witch's Key, I am also going to be putting the final touches, the final read through, and I'm going to be filling in scenes and finishing up some of the places that were a little bit messy in my book, Fate's Surrender. So that novel is the 3rd book in my Eternal Sorrows trilogy, and it is on pre-order for November 23rd. So I am down to about 10 days left to get all of those edits done, get it to my beta readers, and then get it off to my editors. There's a lot of moving pieces, and it's going to move very, very quickly. And this is how I tend to do with my indie career. I know that some people will send things out to betas for months, or they'll send it out to their editors for months. But I have kind of a system going with my editors and my betas that once my book is finished, I am ready to send it to them. They get it back to me in a few days. I send it to my editor. She gets it back to me in a few days. I format it myself and I publish it myself. So this is a very fast process once I get the edits done. But the main thing is I have to get these edits finished, and there is still quite a bit of work to do to make sure that this book is polished and exactly the way I want it to be. So I will be finishing edits, rewrites, and beta notes and that sort of thing throughout the month of November, and I will be writing the rough draft of The Witch's Door, which is the 2nd book in The Witch's Key. So It's going to be a wild and crazy month. If you are new to my channel and to me as an author, my name is Sarra Cannon. I am the author of 26 novels. I have been indie publishing since 2010, so I just celebrated one full decade of indie publishing, and I have my 27th book on pre-order, and I will be writing book number 28 during the month of November this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I also have two small children at home. I have a baby that is just over 1 year and a son who is 8 years old. So this party never stops here in our household, and it's going to be really fun. I'm going to be showing you a lot of behind the scenes. I'm going to be showing you my morning and evening routines, my writing sprints. I'm going to be doing some live writing sprints throughout the month, and it's just going to be a really fun adventure. So thank you for joining me. I will have a new video going up every single day during NaNoWriMo, and I am calling it the NaNoWriMo Diaries because I am really going to show you day in, day out just how much I'm getting done, how inevitably I'm going to hit some points where I feel like I can't do it, and I'm going to show that for real. Also, you know, you'll see how my house doesn't necessarily stay clean during the month of November, and that's okay, and how maybe there's going to be parts where I don't know if I'm going to make it through, and there will be other parts where I feel like I'm really proud of myself for what I've accomplished. So if you are interested in watching this whole process and hopefully getting a few tips and encouragement along the way, I am so excited to be doing this with you and also hoping to hear about your novel. So if you would, in the comments, introduce yourself. If you want to drop your NaNoWriMo username down there so that we can all follow you, I would love to do that as well. Mine is Sarah Maria over on the NaNo website, so you can track my progress there. And let's encourage each other. If you are a YouTuber and you are also doing some NaNoWriMo vlogs, please leave us a link or let us know so that we can click on your profile and follow you as well, because this is a community and I am so excited to get to know you all, to go through this process with you. I would love to know if this is your third or fourth time or your first time or your 15th time. So let's get to know each other down in the comments. I will spend some time down there as well this afternoon, and you guys can expect a new video from me every single day, probably in the afternoon, but I'll get into a routine, I'm sure, as time goes on. Here we go, you guys. It is NaNoWriMo 2020. I am not ready, but I am pumped. I love NaNoWriMo. I love the energy of the community and the fun and the chance to really just say, I can't do that right now. I've got to write, which is such a fun thing to do. So if you're ready, I am ready. Let's get started. Here we go. NaNoWriMo 2020. Okay, so this is my office in the aftermath of my spooktacular, which was the past 13 days. I have been celebrating my 10-year anniversary of publishing my first book and doing lots of live videos. So I have bats on the wall, I have Hello Kitties all over the place, I have lights everywhere and spider webs and various other things going on in this office. And this was the part everybody could see. And then you also have the parts people could not see, which tends to get messier and messier as the month goes on. So I've got my desk where everything is kind of tilted to the side, so I need to get that all cleaned up. I also need to get all this packing material for all the giveaways. This entire box is full of packing materials. I've got posters on the floor. I've got my Alpha Smarts on the floor. I have a witch's cauldron and a bunch of things that are going to be sent out as giveaways over here, some postcards. Oh my goodness. So I'm not sure I'm going to get it cleaned tonight because I think I would rather kind of work on my story for a few minutes before I head to bed, but I am going to tackle this first thing in the morning. So you guys will definitely see that as part of the day one vlog. Okay, so I have what I need to kind of get my final prep going for the book. I apologize that the dishwasher is going, but this is literally all the time I have. So it is almost 10 p.m. and I have got to get some stuff going here. So I have basically my plotting planner here. This is a deluxe cover for a happy planner, and basically I have taken some of the insides of a happy planner and the rest of it is just sort of my own sheets. And then I've also got my own laminator, so I can print out some of my book covers and create these covers. And I tend to keep inside these discs all of the books that I'm currently working on. So whenever I start working on a new book, I set it up here in my plotting planner. I've got a bunch of stickers. It's a little bit of a mess right now. And then I basically will print out the cover and make a little bit of a cover section here that's laminated, and then I will put my notes. Now, I'm not going to show my notes very much for Fate's Surrender because that's the book that's in process and it is getting edited, and so there's a lot of notes in here about what's happening in the story. But this series has 8 points of view, so I have them tabbed off with some sparkly washi tape. But you can see that I also have now set up The Witch's Door, which is the book I'm working on now for Nano. So I've got my cover here, and then I have some stuff here about my plan and what might happen in the book. And then I have printed out my own Plot Your Novel workbook. This is something free you can get from signing up for my newsletter list. So if you're interested in this and you're still working on your prep for Nano like I am, you can grab this and print it out. But it basically walks you through all of your characterization and your plot points for your book. And so I have an entire video series here on YouTube about how I plot my novels and all the little plot points. But you can see I literally have nothing plotted for this book. So even though I have a ton of Preptober videos done, I have been working on edits of my other book, and so I haven't prepped this one. So I basically have to get my butt in gear. So I have printed out these sheets, and then I have my Preptober planner, which is another freebie you can get from me. And I need to sit down and set up my target word counts. I kind of did a mock version of this on my channel last weekend, but I haven't actually filled it out for myself yet. And then the other thing that I need to do is set up my word count tracker. And then the other thing that I always do when I'm starting a book is I will take kind of repurposed sheets from an old Happy Planner. This one's actually pieces from, I think, a 2017 Happy Planner. And I am going to cover this up and create a story grid out of these pages. And I'm going to use my book cover that I've printed on sticker paper. I'm going to use whiteout, and then I've grabbed a couple of washi tapes that I feel like kind of match my book cover, which will come as no surprise to anyone who is regular on my channel. I already have my note cards set up, and I've got my page flags here ready to go, my scene cards, pretty much everything is ready. I just need to set this up and start at least getting enough idea of where I'm starting tomorrow so that I can get started on my word count tomorrow. So let's set this up. guys, it is 10:19 and I think that's about as far as I'm gonna get tonight. I'm so exhausted. I'm sure you can see it in my eyes. I need to take this makeup off, crawl into bed and get some rest so that I can have an amazing first day of NaNoWriMo. So you can see I got my plotting notebook set up. I did spend a little bit of time filling out the first few plot points, so it's gonna be a little bit sketchy here in the beginning, but that's okay. I have been in worse shape for the beginning of Nano before, and I feel pretty confident. So tomorrow starts Nano. My first goals are going to be to spend the first 2 or 3 days reading back through the first act of Fate's Surrender, getting that completely ready and sending that off to beta readers. I tend to send it to them in Google Docs in chunks so that I don't have to wait to have the entire book edited. They can go ahead and be reading it while I'm editing, and we all work kind of in the same document. I've talked about this before in my How to Edit Your Novel video, and I love that collaborative process, and it saves me a lot of time and allows me to get through the process much faster. And then I will be hoping to get ahead a little bit early. I'm going to spend time tomorrow plotting The Witch's Door, and I'm going to spend some time hopefully getting at least the first 1,000 to 2,000 words. So I am ready for this. I hope that you're ready. Let's completely own Nano. It's going to be an awesome month. I am excited to spend it with you, excited to get to know you better. So be sure to comment down below and let me know what you're writing, and if this is your first novel or if you've been participating a lot, and what your NaNoWriMo username is, and we can all friend each other and hang out over the next 30 days. So let's do it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.